Let's build a stomper. Come on, lads. Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Build a Stomper. This is part 11. Fuck my life, guys, we are getting far on this. But anyway, what am I going to do on today's show? Well, due to the adverse effects of GrumpyCon, my Stomper didn't make it back in one piece. The arm broke off it. However, this was a blessing in disguise because many people over the course of GrumpyCon actually commented that my Stomper's close combat weapon arm was a little bit on the loose side and would benefit from a socket type attachment. So as you can see here, guys, that's what I'm actually doing. I'm trying to build up the outside of it around the actual arm so I can have a socket so it stays on, just stays firm a little bit better. Essentially what I'm doing here, I'm just building it up with little squares of plastic card around the edge. Not really going to bother detailing these bits too much, mainly because you're not really going to see them because it's on the underside. But yeah, speaking of GrumpyCon, Grumpy Old Wargamers, I would just like to say hello and welcome to the new subscribers that have started to follow me. So yes, hello and welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Not really the Pleasure Dome, I should say, but hello and welcome. You're in for a treat. Also, I would just like to address a question that someone sent to me. I got a question from Insane40k, and he said, "Hi, one question that you can that he's got. What do I use? What program do I use to record the voiceovers for the Let's Build videos? I actually use Audacity. It's a very powerful free piece of software. No ads, no nothing like that. It's absolutely fantastic. And the device I use to record is a ProSound podcast mic. About 40 quid from Maplin's. So it's really decent. It records really decent audio quality and stuff. It's also the same mic that I used for recording my D&D sessions as well. But yeah, if you're going to be doing any kind of audio recording, it's a really good idea to use a USB mic rather than a just jack plug one, mainly because you're better quality with USB. But anyway, so Audacity, and then I use a podcast mic to actually record it with. So what am I doing now? So I decided now comes little fiddly bits where you've got to do loads of fucking riveting. And it is riveting to watch me cutting up rivets, as you can see there. But yeah, so I'm just doing some little detailing and stuff. I was going to rivet the whole fucking thing, the whole fucking Stomper, but I decided not to in the end, mainly because I think too many rivets might just spoil the way it looks. Fucking hell, it's hot as shit up in this room today. A nice drink of water. But yeah. Now, unfortunately, I had a bag of rivets that I took to GrumpyCon. Oh, they didn't make it back with me, so I think they might have gotten picked up in the melee and thrown away. Just checking out the actual socket was working, and I was like, you know, it's okay, it might need one more layer. It's 2 layers there at the moment, so I'm putting a 3rd layer of plastic card on there, just to build it up a little bit more and make it a little bit better. A little bit more substantial. But yeah, so I was going to rivet the whole thing. I thought, no, I'm going to leave it. It's going to look too rivety. I also wanted to use lots of different size rivets. Now, when I do rivets, as you guys can see, I roll up like little sausages, long sausages, long tube sticks, whatever you want to call it, of green stuff. Let it hard and then chop it up after there because it saves buying plastic rod. It's also easier to cut, and a lot of the time it doesn't ping off everywhere. So I've got a little baggie here with a load of rivets, and now we start the laborious process of riveting. God fucking damn it. That is the one bugbear, the one thing that I hate about Orc miniatures when you scratch build them, it is the fucking rivets. It's just a ball ache. But the thing is, it's not like you can't leave it without rivets, because otherwise it doesn't look ramshackle and bashed together. Well, I don't think it does anyway. You know, you could just use your imagination and say, oh, they're all welded from the underside, but it's just, no. I know we'll be whacking rivets left, right, and fucking centre. I am going to paint this thing, guys, as well. Not right away, because I've actually got another Let's Build project on the go, which I actually managed to finish a great deal of in GrumpyCon. However, I lost a bunch of footage for it. But anyway, you guys will see that soon. Also, guys, I'd just like to tell you, I am going to be absent from YouTube for a little while. Well, not really absent, but there's not going to be that much content going up. Primarily because I have jury duty. Well, I had it all last week. I've got it all this week as well, and I've got it all next week. And then on the weekend, I'm actually on holiday. So There's not going to be that much content. Don't worry, you guys, for you D&D fans out there, there will still be D&Ds going up fairly regularly, so you can get your D&D fix. Don't want to give you guys any withdrawal or anything like that. But yeah, also, in order to take that edge off, the absence of Enter the Wolf Time, the absence of the Great JoJo Man, I'm actually going to offer you guys a competition. I'm going to do a separate video on it, but basically the gist of it is I need a liner, or I want liners for my D&D episodes. So basically it'll be a case of you say your name, so basically it'll sound like this. Hello, I am the Great JoJo Man, and you're listening to Enter the Wolf Time Does D&D. But obviously you'll replace the Great JoJo Man part for your username, so it's a really good way of getting your name heard. So basically, you're helping yourself by helping me. Your name's getting out there, and I'm getting a liner for my show. Also, I'm going to do another thing running alongside this on the same video. So when it's out, please go comment. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be... me and Mr. Pidge, the fucking mad genius that he is, we decided we wanted to let you guys invent some stuff for D&D, namely magic items. So basically, what I also want you guys to do, I want you guys to think, just research the dark, dusty recesses of your mind for something completely random. It's an item in the game, and basically, the winner of this little bit of competition will get put... The item that they have made will get put into our D&D game and will be obtainable somehow. Also, the winner of it, as judged by me, Pidge and Ems, will also get an Enter the Wolf Time t-shirt. If you watch the Grumpy Old War Gamers stuff on other people's channels, you'll see me rocking around with a white t-shirt with my logo on it, so you'll be able to win one of those. Not the exact one, because it's a bit smelly right now. It's not very nice, though. It smells of sweaty nerds, really. But yeah, guys, so, I'll just to run over that again. Competition, give me a liner and design me a mad item, a crazy item. It could be like the Necklace of Poultry, which allows you to torture chickens. It could be Spelltome Gold to Cheese, so it can turn anything that's gold into cheesy nibbles. It could be a fucking hammer of glass that has one use only, and it turns anything it hits to glass, but also be destroyed. I don't know, guys. Just think of something random, and then reply to the video that I'm going to put up after this one. Also, in regards to recording the liner for me, I would really like you guys to just do an audio. If you want to make a video response that I can rip the audio off, fair play, do that. Or you'll be able to send me just an audio clip through my email, which I will give you guys in the video that I'm going to talk it on about a bit more detail. But anyway, guys, so back to the Stomper. Sorry about that. Fucking hell, God, I'm so hot in this bastard room. How is my PC even coping with this? It's too fucking hot. Just sticking down rivets. That's all we're doing. Just sticking down rivets. Fuck me. How bloody boring is this? Oh yeah, a little tidbit of information right now. When I make rivets, what I like to do, I like to mix a little portion of blue tack into the green stuff, because what happens is then the green stuff doesn't go quite as hard as it would normally. So what you can do then, when you're actually cutting it, the pressure and the force of you cutting through with a craft knife doesn't actually make it ping off. It just sinks through nice and soft. And obviously when you paint over it, it goes harder, because obviously the paint dries over it and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much nearly done now, this Stomper. I still need to reattach his bloody arm. So yeah, guys, I would like to thank you all for actually being with me on this journey, and obviously these episodes have proved to be very, very popular. Yeah, it's fantastic. I can't believe that, what, 10 episodes ago, this thing was literally just a box, just a Pro Sound microphone box with some plastic card around it and some plastic card feet, and now it's this fucking clanking behemoth of a death machine that you see before you now. We've had some good times, you know. It's been quite a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm just flipping the bird to the Stomper because I couldn't get it to fucking stick down. That's one thing as well. I think if I was to do the Stomper again differently, I would make the way the arms join on a bit more substantial, or I would make the arms at the shoulders magnetised with some very, very powerful magnets. just to cut out all the bullshit and the pussyfooting around trying to stick it down. Because whilst it's stuck there, it's still really weak. And what I've actually had to do, I can't remember if I actually do this on camera. No, I don't think I do. I've actually had to use green stuff to reinforce that joint a little bit more. But hey ho, it works, and the socket is very, very useful on it indeed. Boom. I'm just messing about with it then, just clicking it into place. Oh my god. I actually, when I was doing all these rivets, my hand started to cramp up, something rotten. It just wasn't very nice. Because your hand, yeah, it's almost like I'm pretty sure it's repetitive strain injury, actually. But I've got to say, with all the rivets and stuff, it does look pretty fucking cool. Do I sound like I'm on old time radio? Hey. I'm bored. So tired as well. Right, okay guys, so as you can see now, at this moment in time, I'm working on the Super Duper Rocket for the Stomper. Now, this is the last little bit that I'm going to work on this episode. Essentially, it's supposed to have something like 5 Super Rockets and a Super Duper Rocket. However, the only thing is that I couldn't fit them all on, so it's just going to be a case of using your imagination that there's like a load of Gretchen, like, lugging them across the top of the Stomper to be fired. But yeah, I wanted it to be a lot bigger than the standard Manticore missiles that I was using on the other side. So I decided I would use some, I think they are the bomb sections from, I think it's a burner bomb or something like that. And then I'd extend it out with a bit of till roll and then end it with a glue lid cap. Just so it would have that pointy rocket feel. And then I was like, well, hang on, it's got to have some kind of fins. So here I am now just cutting out some fin shapes. However, when I actually did the first version of these fins, they were too big, as I found out. And they didn't fit on it properly, or they wouldn't fit on it in regards to where the landing pad for the Deathcopters was. So I had to pull them off, and I had to cut them down in size. As you can see, they just look way too fucking big there. As also been as outrageous as they fucking look, it's, it's one of them, they just didn't fit. I've also got to think of some way of tidying up the bottom of it, because it just looks like a fucking half-assed piece of shit whilst it's on there. But yeah, guys, I am fucking so tired from jury duty. You would not think that jury duty could tire you out so much, but the sheer amount of concentration you're having to do on the evidence and stuff that you're given is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. It's tiring as shit. I went out last night to the pub as well and got a bit drunk and... oh my god. Tired. But anyway, guys, it's pretty much time for me to wrap up the show. So yeah, guys, I will thank you for watching, and yeah, there'll probably be, in fact, yeah, there'll probably one more episode of Let's Build a Stomper, whilst I'm doing last minute tidyings up and last minute fixes and modifications to it, and then it'll be a case of painting it. Which will all be done in one big episode, as I've said previously. And then it'll be on to Let's Build a Mine Layer, because that's what you guys chose. That's what that's what I decided to do. The next Let's Build after this one will be a choice one, so you'll get to choose that particular one there. One last thing, because of the amount of super glue that I've used on this, I had to flick it all off and on the landing pad, because it just wasn't having it. It just wasn't fitting in the slightest. So I was like, fuck it, how am I going to weigh this bastard down? So I used, as you guys will see in a second, I added more super glue, popped it on there, and I thought, oh, this is going to take forever for me to fucking sit this with my hand. So I thought to myself, oh, what am I going to use? Let's use a fucking, wait for it, god damn it. Did I even do it on the video? There's a mug. Hey! Right, guys, thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll see you guys again. See you now. Goodbye.